Druid versus Wiccan. Huge differences and spiritual similarities. Druidry and Wicca are two distinct modern spiritual paths often grouped under the broader umbrella of Neo-paganism. While they share some common values, such as reverence for nature and seasonal cycles, they are fundamentally different in origin, structure, belief systems, and practice. Understanding the huge differences and spiritual similarities between Druids and Wiccans offers valuable insight into the diversity and richness of modern pagan spirituality. Origins and historical background. Druidry. Ancient roots. Druidry traces its inspiration back to the Celtic priesthood of the Iron Age, particularly among tribes in what is now Ireland, Britain, and Gaul. Reconstructionist and revivalist. Modern Druidry is primarily Reconstructionist, based on scholarly interpretation of historical texts, archaeology, and folklore. It also has elements from the 18th century Druid revival in Britain, which was more romantic and poetic than historically accurate. Cultural connection. Many Druids emphasize a connection to Celtic language, myth, and land-based heritage, often focusing on regional identity and ancestral roots. Wicca. Modern invention. Wicca is a modern religion created in the mid-20th century by Gerald Gardner. Though it claims inspiration from older traditions, it is not a direct continuation of any ancient pagan faith. Eclectic foundations. Wicca is a synthesis of ceremonial magic, folk traditions, theosophy, and the occult revival. It incorporates diverse influences, including Eastern philosophy and Western mysticism. Initiatory lineages. Traditional Wicca often requires initiation into a coven with a structured lineage tracing back to Gardner or other founding figures. Core beliefs and worldview. Druidry. Polytheistic or animistic. Druids may honor a pantheon of Celtic deities, personify aspects of nature, or embrace animism, seeing spirit in all things. Philosophical diversity. Druidry allows for a wide range of beliefs, from atheistic nature reverence to devotional polytheism. Focus on nature and lore. Druids deeply engage with seasonal festivals, mythological cycles, and the poetic spirit of nature. Wisdom, storytelling, and connection to the land are key themes. Wicca. Ditheistic or polytheistic. Most Wiccans worship a god and a goddess as dual representations of divinity, though eclectic and polytheistic variants exist. Magic and ritual. Wicca emphasizes practical magic, ritual structure, and working with energy and intention. Moral code. The Wiccan Red. "And it harm none, do what ye will," is a guiding ethical statement, often paired with the threefold law, the idea that energy sent out returns threefold. Practices and ritual structure. Druidry. Solitary or group practice. Druids may work alone or in groups called groves, often in outdoor settings. Ceremonial observances. Druid rituals honor the wheel of the year, particularly the 8 seasonal festivals, Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane, Lughnasadh, and solstices, equinoxes. Poetry, music, and meditation. Druid ceremonies often include storytelling, bardic performance, and quiet contemplation, emphasizing connection over spellwork. Wicca. Coven-based or solitary. Wiccans may belong to covens or practice solitary witchcraft, often indoors or within sacred circles. Esbat and Sabbat celebrations. In addition to Sabbats, seasonal festivals, Wiccans hold Esbats, monthly rituals timed to the moon, often focusing on spellcasting or honoring lunar deities. Magical tools and symbols. Wicca employs a variety of ritual tools such as athames, pentacles, chalices, and wands, often with a defined ritual structure, casting a circle, invoking elements, etc. Spiritual similarities. Despite their differences, Druids and Wiccans share several spiritual principles. 1. Reverence for nature. Both paths see nature as sacred and central to spiritual life. Seasons, cycles, and natural elements are honored and celebrated. 2. Celebration of the Wheel of the Year. Though their interpretations may differ, both traditions observe the 8 festivals that mark solstices, equinoxes, and cross-quarter days. 3. Personal experience as authority. Both traditions emphasize personal spiritual experience over dogma. Practitioners are encouraged to find their own truth. 4. Immanence of divinity. Both see the divine as present in the world, whether as nature spirits, gods, or symbolic archetypes. 5. Non-hierarchical and inclusive. While Wicca has more structured traditions, both tend to reject authoritarianism and embrace gender equality, inclusivity, and freedom of belief. Major differences at a glance. Origins. Inspired by ancient Celtic traditions. Created in the 20th century by Gerald Gardner. Deity focus. Polytheistic, animistic, or philosophical. God-goddess duality, sometimes polytheistic. Magic use. Less emphasis, more meditative and symbolic. Ritual magic and spellwork central. Structure. Groves, solitary practice. Covens, degrees of initiation. Core texts. Celtic mythology, poetry, and natural philosophy. Book of Shadows, Wiccan. Reday. Tools and rituals. Simple, symbolic, poetic. Structured tools and ceremonial magic. Druidry and Wicca are like 2 trees growing in the same forest, rooted in a love of nature, yet branching in different directions. Druidry draws from the deep cultural heritage of the Celtic world and emphasizes philosophy, poetry, and connection to the land. Wicca, while newer, provides a vibrant and structured magical path rooted in duality, ritual, and esoteric wisdom. While their differences are significant, their spiritual similarities point to a shared longing to walk in harmony with the earth, to seek wisdom in the seasons, and to live with reverence for the sacred in all things. Would you like this formatted for a blog post, presentation, or social media content? Thanks for watching this video. Like, comments, and share to all. Give your feedback in the video comments.